Hey everyone, this is Naren and welcome back to a new session of English with me. Today we are going to start framing sentences in English. I know you might be knowing everything in English, maybe the grammar, the new vocabulary, everything, but you might have a bit confusion while framing sentences. Now let's see how you can frame sentences in English. This is very useful for beginners, so beginners must watch this video till the end. And also those who are not beginners, watch the video till end to understand the way you form sentences is right or not. This is a step-by-step guide. I will first start making sentences with just 2 words, then 3 words, like that we will move on. This is part 1 and part 2 we will add more sentences, more complex sentences. In this one we are dealing with very simple sentences. Let's first look at simple sentence structure. A simple sentence in English requires a subject and a verb. The 2 most important things, that is the subject and the verb. Now what does a subject do? What is subject in a sentence? It is who or what the sentence is about. You know, the main character. In a movie, the hero or heroine is the main ones, right? Like that, in a sentence, the subject is the main character. Now the next important thing is verb. What does a verb do? A verb is what the subject does. Verb is a kind of work. Any work done by the subject is verb. So you just need subject and verb to create a sentence in English. Wow, that's amazing, right? Just with 2 words you can make meaningful sentence. Let's see how. The first sentence is the cat sleeps. Cat is the subject and sleeps. It's a kind of activity, right? An action. So sleep is the verb. See, we created a sentence and it's a meaningful sentence. The cat sleeps. We understood what we want to convey. The next sentence is the girl sings. The girl is the subject and sings is the verb. So isn't this very simple? This is the very basic sentence structure in English. Now let this be a practice time. I'll give you sentence and you need to guess which one is the subject and which one is the verb. The first sentence is birds fly. Did you guess the answer? Birds is the subject and fly is the verb. The next sentence is he runs. He is the subject and runs is the verb. Now let's look into something that is more complex. Not very complex and very difficult. We are just adding one more element to our sentence. We are making 3-word sentences. And that element is what we are going to add into our subject and verb is object. Object. So what is an object? An object is the thing that receives the action of the verb. So whatever action is done in a sentence, it is being done on the object. The action is being done on the object. Is it confusing? Let's look at some examples. It would be more clear from the examples. She reads a book. She is the subject. Reads is the verb. And since she is reading a book, the book is being read. The action of reading is being done on the book. So book is the object. So the sentence structure is subject plus verb plus object. Let's look at another example. He kicks the ball. He is the subject. Kicks is the verb. And on what he is kicking? He is kicking on the ball. So here the ball is the object. So it is very easy now, right? After knowing the examples, it became easy. I know. Now let's practice some sentences. She writes a letter. Guess the subject, object and verb. Did you do that? She is the subject. Writes is the verb. It's an action. Writing is an action. So it is the verb. And she is writing what? What is she writing? It is letter. So letter is the object. Now let's look at another sentence. They watch a movie. They is the subject. Watch is the verb. And movie is the object. Isn't this easy? Making 2-word sentences and 3-word sentences in English. We just completed that session. So you can combine various subjects and verbs and objects to create sentences in English. Now let's practice some sentences. You should make sentences. I'll give you 10 seconds. First, what you have to do is make 2-word sentences that contains only subject and verb. I'll give you 10 seconds. Easy, right? Start. Did you make 2 sentences? I'll give you 2 examples. The cat jumps. Cat is the subject and jumps is the verb. The teacher teaches. Teacher is the subject and teaches is the verb. Now, I'll give you 10 seconds. You have to make 3-word sentences that include subject, verb and object. Don't forget to make 2 sentences, okay? Start. Okay, now I'll give you 2 examples. She visits library every day. She is the subject. Visits is the verb. And library is the object. The next sentence is he kicked the ball. He is the subject, kicked is the verb, ball is the object. The next one is Mary loves her dog. Mary is the subject, loves is the verb and dog is the object. Okay, now let's move on and look at sentences that includes pronouns in it. You know what are pronouns? Pronouns are the words that replaces the nouns to avoid repetition. You know nouns, instead of nouns we use pronouns. Pronouns to avoid repetition. See, I'll give you an example. Let's talk about Mary. Mary loves her dog. Mary takes Mary's dog for a walk. Mary is a good girl. See, instead of repeating Mary again and again, I can replace Mary in the second or third sentence with she. So that is what pronoun does. It replaces the noun and can be used in a sentence to avoid the repetition. Some examples of pronouns are he, she, it, I, you, we, they. Now let's see how this pronoun can be used in a sentence. John eats. Instead of John, you can use there he. He eats. Initially, you need to give the name John because someone doesn't know who it is. The other person might not know who it is. If you just simply say he eats, he will be wondering who is this he. So initially, you need to give the name. And from the second sentence onwards, you can give he, she, it, I, you, we, they, anything. So the first sentence is he eats. So here he is the subject and eats is the verb. Now let's look at another sentence. They play. They play. They is the subject. Play is the verb. She ate the burger. She is the subject. Ate is the verb and burger is the object. So that's all. These are simple ways you can frame sentences in English. And this is not it. There are more coming in the next part, the second part. I'll make a video about including adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, in, on, at, such things in a sentence in the next video. I hope this video was all clear and useful for you all. So my dear friends, this is all for today. I'll be back with a new video soon. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Bye.